Okay, once again, I'm Debach. This is the Free Flow System. I'm going to show you how you put all of these together and you can just open up worlds of creativity so that you constantly have a fresh supply of inspiration to continue forward in your musical journey. Never let this beautiful instrument sit in the corner again collecting dust. Give honor to the luthier that made this beautiful instrument. It could have been a machine though, but that's all right. So give honor and pick that beautiful instrument up and start playing on it again. So again, here we go. Incorporating everything we just learned. Now again, I'm also open strings. I'm going to stop talking in a minute, but I'm also lifting up on the two strings. I'm only playing what I am pressing, but then I am also lifting up on them and still pressing those strings, or still plucking them. Slip of a high note in there. But I'm trying to only play on the four strings with all these individual notes are part of all these patterns. That's just putting all that stuff together. I have not done anything outside of everything I've just shown you. There was one slip of a high note in there. Oops. Can't help it sometimes. Guys got to play, But in terms of everything we learned, this system is designed not to compete with any guitar instructors, guitar teachers out there. Take those advanced lessons from them. This is designed, and this is for those of you who somewhere along the way gave it up, put it in the corner, because at the juncture at which you could have, should have picked up, plowed through all the pain associated with getting your fingers used to these crazy chords, and you never really had a chance to let the love of the instrument and the music that could be made with it and the sound and the tone fall in love with that, or the passion of that take over before you got frustrated with trying to learn these complicated chords. This system is for you, because if you just take 2 fingers, 2 frets, 2 forms, 2 focuses, it'll build that foundation for the free flow method by which you can play freely and let the creativity flow through you. Okay? That's what this system is all about. And 4 moves within a sequence. It doesn't matter if you jump from 1 to 4, or if you jump from 1 to 3, or if you start with 4 and go back to, as long as you're within the sequence, you're okay. But then you can add the strings above as part of that sequence, and then that adds more layers of creativity to unleash even more music and more melody. For me, again, it's all about the melody. That's the key to my music. It might be rhythm for you. It might be something else, but for me it's melody. That's the key to all music. But when you start mixing and matching, this form in the first two set of strings, the first form and the first first set of strings that we were learning on, which is, the third and the fourth string here. If you mix that with the second form and the strings above, that's okay. Or you mix the first form and the strings above with the second form and the strings below of this sequence, of this repeating pattern. Again, strings above, and the first four strings. It's okay. That's the beauty of this. But then when you pick out the individual notes and play chords and mix and match and move it up and down the neck, do you see where I'm going with this? The layers of creativity will just keep on funneling and building and adding momentum as you go. And if you keep melody as the key to your music, as the key, it will drive you forward in learning how to play guitar. Two more patterns, just different set of fingers. Now watch, I can go where I want to go with this. I'm just playing in a completely different part of the neck, but just repeating the pattern, okay? Now I can go with this focus point, these two fingers, in the pattern, which would be, or this is a breakdown, this is a second set of two fingers using the second form, but I've got them all together, which even opens up more layer. That's where a full chord is starting to come into play. Do you see that? These two sets of fingers, these two frets, in this first form I taught you. Now watch this. Again, it's all about fingers above and fingers below, all tied together because they're related. Watch this. This finger now is tied to this finger, the pinky. This one's out of the, he's just in the way, he's up. But I'm using the pinky there. It is, look. It is part of that pattern too. Now, okay, I just played that chord. I can either go with these two as my focal point and how I want to move to make the music I want to make, up the neck or back if I want, or I can make these two my focal point in how I move and the sequence and the pattern. I'm going to make these two my moves, watch it. They're still all together. Now this time I'm playing all chords and I'm just trying to, I'm actually just jamming for you to show you how all of these are really just, as complicated as that looks, it's really just a breakdown of these two added with the breakdown of these two to form one big breakdown. Now watch, I'm going to make these my focal point. Okay. Now remember, this is my focal point now. So, but since I'm incorporating multiple breakdowns and one big breakdown, I had to compensate for this finger to keep it in line with now this, since this is now the focal point, right? So this is now the focal point, so I'm going to move that up, but this has to follow suit because it's no longer the key, it's no longer the focal point. So this is taking my normal root finger, because I like to change back and forth between these, is now underneath that and repeating that pattern. And we'll end that at that. Thanks for liking and subscribing to my page. I'm Deepak. This is the Free Flow Method and System.